Hello, I'm Brooke Burgess. I'm here today at the White Swan in Morpeth, coordinating a sponsored walk, a memorial walk, which we've named Walk for Andy, my late father, who was murdered actually in 1996 in Pegswood. The family have come together this year to mark the 30th year anniversary with a sponsored walk and to fundraise for Bernardo's and victim support. And the way we're doing that is we have decided we'd like a memorial bench in his memory installed in Pegswood, and we will purchase that from the funds we've managed to raise and then split the final total after that with the two charities who supported my family during quite hard times back in the day with a young widow and some very young children and teenage children and whatnot. Those support services, especially with victim support, they don't end when your children, they continue with you through your life, and counselling and therapy and basic hardship support, crisis support, all of that, it stays with the family, and we wanted to raise funds and give a little bit back to the charities who helped us.
Tell me a little bit about your dad, the sort of chap that he was, and what he did and how popular he was in Pegswood.
He was very popular. We've actually chosen the White Swan because Dad worked in the taxi office just out the back here, in the corner, the Morpeth taxi office, for many years, and he was a huge character, very much loved. Everybody got along with him. He was a bit of a comedian, and it was a massive shock when such a character larger than life died in such a tragic way.
Tell me about the reaction that you've had from people, how people supported you in this venture.
It's been overwhelming, really. We set him up an Andy Burgess Remembered Facebook page before we set up the event, and the goal there was to capture some memories and build up his legacy in some kind of virtual history book that we can leave to his grandchildren, who now ask a lot of questions. They're aged from toddlers up to 20, 30-year-old, and in doing that we've actually realised, us children, our memories have faded, and we've replayed them that many times in our minds that they're kind of copies of copies. So it's nice to be here today with a huge turnout on the White Swan, and people are already talking about him and sharing stories about his life as though he was here yesterday. It's just been really overwhelming, and we're so grateful for the people who've turned out and the people who've donated as well.
So how far is the walk? I mean, you've got a very warm day for it, but I believe people don't have to walk the whole distance.
They don't. It's actually been really cold much of the year, and all of a sudden we do this and the sun's out, thankfully in a way. But we decided 5 miles. What we've said is anyone who can't quite manage it can join at any point in the route. They can just come and join us and cheer us on and be bystanders and have a little bit of a crowd going. Some are starting here at the White Swan and ending in Pegswood, and there's others meeting us in Pegswood and continuing on to the Portland and Ashington, where we'll have a bit of a family and friends social afterwards.
And I believe there's a break halfway in Pegswood.
There is. There's about an hour's break just so people can catch up, really, and it does sound a little bit like we're hitting 3 pubs along the way, but that's simply for toilets for the children and the elderly and whatnot, and they're good venues to host what I kind of knew would be a big crowd.
And when you do manage to get the bench, where do you plan to put it?
We're going to put it outside Pegswood Club. We did think about different parts of Pegswood and approaching the council and seeing where we could put it, but the most cost-effective way, we have a contact at the club, Natalie Sage, who's the stewardess. She's wonderful. We've known her for many years, and she's kindly agreed for us to put the bench outside there. So it's more cost-effective, and it's a place where people will quite regularly sit down on that bench and reflect and remember Dad. So it just seemed very fitting. It was his local. He didn't get much of a chance or time to go to that club, running his own taxi business at the end and having a family of 4 little kids at home and 6 children overall. So it's a space where people will reflect, and the bench will get plenty of use and people sitting down and remembering him.
So presumably you'd like to say thank you to everybody who's turned out.
Absolutely. Everybody who's turned out, everybody who's donated, the clicks, the likes, the shares, the tolerance for how much I have hammered social media recently. I do apologise in a way for how much it's been out there, but it's all been worth it, and I'm sure the two charities at the end will be very grateful for that too.
And I know it's early days, but do you think you might do something like this again?
Oh yes, there's an announcement to come. I'm keeping stum for a little bit until the plans are in place, but this is just the beginning of our fundraising. We've got some other ideas going around the table at the moment.
Well, enjoy the walk.
Thank you.